Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the Original Media Man Music Reviews channel. I'm your host, John F. Allen. I don't really consider myself to be an audiophile. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being an audiophile. However, that's just not me. It's just not who I am. While as a vinyl collector, I consider myself a part of the vinyl community, I don't adhere to any expectations of being an audiophile or expert on vinyl pressings, special editions, variations of sound quality, or stereo equipment, none of which are prominent in my enjoyment of music. While those things are of some interest to me, and I will share future videos on my personal LPs and CDs collection and on the stereo equipment I use, I want to make it clear that I'm a music lover, first and foremost. My love of music stems back to my early childhood. I listened to the easy listening my dad played on AM radio, the funk, R&B, and soul my older brother and cousins listened to, the pop and rock some of my classmates listened to, and the big band, blues, and jazz my grandparents jammed to back in the day. This is probably why my music tastes are so broad, diverse, and eclectic even today. I do plan to eventually record videos of unboxings, special vinyl releases, on locations, and events in the future, but my main focus is on sharing my love of music, what music I like and love, and more importantly, how that music makes me feel. At 55, I've been an avid music listener for 5 decades, and I've even reached back to listen to and appreciate quite a lot of music from decades prior to my birth, like the 60s, 50s, 40s, and 30s. For me, how music sounds on an audible level is important. Of course, I want to enjoy music with as clear and crisp sounds as possible, although I'm not dumping thousands of dollars into equipment to do so. Don't get me wrong, no shade on those who do it all. However, my setup, which I will do a video on down the line, is fairly simple and middle of the road. And that works for me. This is about 25% of why I love music. Yet to me, even more important than how music sounds audibly is how it makes me feel. The feelings I derive from listening to music I have an affinity to touch me on a spiritual level. It's music that resonates with me in a way that provokes an emotional response, inspires me, and touches my soul. This is about 50% of why I love music. There's also the role of nostalgia, which accounts for the remaining 25% of why I love music. We all had formative years in our lives where things we experienced personally are tied to things we've experienced in the world around us. Whether that be family traditions, fashion trends, movies, music, television, or world events. Certain songs hold a particular weight for me based upon what I was going through when I first heard them. On my music journey, I inherited quite a few LPs from my older brother who passed away, and those I purchased in my teens and early 20s. However, much like others, I foolishly traded in my LPs for CDs as the new and space-saving trend, and that is something I have grown to truly regret. It's taken years and plenty of money to recreate my vinyl collection, but I'm about 80% of the way there. Although I still collect CDs, vinyl collecting is my main focus, and I truly enjoy it. As a true music fan and non-audiophile, I only purchase LPs and CDs of music I like. Any other music I haven't heard yet, I stream and evaluate whether or not to buy the album. Of course, listening to radio, I come across the music of new artists whose albums I later stream and form an opinion of. As an old schooler, I love and appreciate older music much more than I do newer music. That's not to say I don't appreciate and like music from newer artists. I just find that much of it is aimed at someone other than me. It does not resonate with me like older music does. As a listener, I tend to listen to music genres that I already like music from. However, I'm always open to suggestions for new music and new artists. That's what's so great about streaming, in that I don't have to purchase an entire album or even a single song to listen and determine whether I like it or not. I highly support casual listeners and collectors streaming new music first and only purchasing what they like, as I do. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm never going to tell people how to listen to music or how to spend their money. I'm only sharing my experiences and process. Some folks collect vinyl as an investment, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's just not my thing. I purchase some of my LPs and CDs new, but mostly I buy used, but in good condition. Hunting at music sellers for those last albums to complete my collections is exciting and fun for me. Future videos will feature my shopping at various music sellers and my hunt for vinyl or CDs to add to my collection. That about wraps up part 1 of a 3-part series titled My Music Journey. Please stay tuned and be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of them. Until then, peace. If you like classic R&B, classic rock, classic soul, and other classic genres, then G-Spot's Music Room on Facebook is the place to be. Share your favorite classics with other members. Share info on local music concerts and events in your area. And let the community know what you're currently jamming to. Also, be sure to mingle and interact with those in the community, comprised of music lovers just like you. Cheers, and keep listening. Be sure to check out the best social media community dedicated to nerds of a certain age, 40 and over, although all over 18 are welcome. OG Nerds members are encouraged to share articles or links on their favorite topics, such as animation, anime, artwork, books, comics, manga, movies, music, sports, TV shows, tech, writing, video games, and more. Be sure to visit us on Blue Sky, Facebook, and Instagram. Stay nerdy, my friends.